I said I wanna rock.
Are we gonna be goofing off like this every day?
We're not goofing off. We're creating musical fusion.
Wow, you're amazing, dude.
Thanks. I like to play.
I'm a small reporter from Rolling Stone magazine that's in town to do an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
It is time for the Unsigned and Unhinged Meltdown.
Hey guys, welcome to the Unsigned Unhinged Meltdown. I am your host, Frank E., and I have with me a special guest. But like I always say, all my guests are special. These guys are all the way from New Mexico. This is Dyngyr. How are you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
Excellent.
We're doing pretty good.
Hell yeah, we're doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome as always. Awesome. But as everybody knows, I came up with I didn't come up with the phrase. Me and Christian from Bridge to Grace, you no longer say awesome or awesome sauce or cool beans. It's blazin'. Okay, you gotta say blazin'. Okay, so that's see, you guys can start the trend in New Mexico now.
There we go.
You gotta say blazin'.
Blazin'.
We gotta spread that around.
Spread it around.
Yeah.
All right. So now Dyngyr, they're a three-piece band. It's Charlie. You said you want to be going by Art.
Yeah.
Charlie, Art, and Cody. Now, unfortunately, I do not know. So, like, what are you guys doing in the band? Charlie, like, do you play guitar, bass? What is it?
I play guitar. I do like most of the songwriting, and then I have Cody. He's playing drums, and Art he plays the bass. But Art does like all the mixing and mastering and stuff. But I also I'm doing the vocals too as well. So it's rocking, man.
Awesome. And, with the research that I've done, you guys only been around for a short time. You guys got together in, like, January, right?
Yep.
Wow. January, and, I mean, it's been a short 6 months then, or has it been a long 6 months?
Oh, it feels like a long 6 months. Not anything on these guys. It's just, when we started... when we started in January, we understood that we needed to just get an album out. Mm-hmm. And Charlie here, he had a bunch of material that I thought would be just a great idea. It's like, hey, let's just kick out an EP. And then once we do that, then we have an album that we can promote when we play out.
Mm-hmm. But who actually came up with the name Dyngyr?
Charlie.
Charles in charge. From now on, Charles in charge. Like, Charles, I'm gonna get that theme song. I'm gonna download it, and if we ever start talking each other, like, seriously, I'm gonna give that as your ringtone. I'm just letting you know now. So when you call me, it'll be the Charles in Charge theme song. Boom, blazing. All right, blazing. So. Charlie, what's the meaning behind Dyngyr? Or were you just like really drunk one night and said, "Dude, it's time for dinner. Let's go get some gear," and it just kind of stuck?
I like a lot of my free time. I watch a lot of documentaries, and I was watching this one on the ancient Sumerians, and the guy's talking about it, and it's like Dyngyr. It like kind of means like it can mean more than one thing in Sumerian depending on the context that it's used around. So essentially it means God is essentially what it means. Throughout the later civilizations mistranslate it and it becomes the word God. So it's basically the first word that's in literature or scripture or anything that you want to call it as to mean God. But in Sumerian it means like fire thunderbolt in the sky or something flying like with a person on. I mean it has several choice meanings.
Okay. Now, when you said fire thunderbolt in the sky, man, all I guess, like, I'm a huge movie buff. So there was a movie, and I'm brain farting on the title right now. but it was kind of like the end times, like the movie This Is the End.
Yes.
And it was like that, and I'm trying to think of the name of the title now. Rapture Palooza.
Rapture Palooza.
And it was gosh, what's his name? He's in This Is the End, and he carries around the towel.
Is that with Simon Pegg and?
No, This Is the End with Seth Rogen and.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jonah Hill, but they're.
I didn't think of his name either.
The big black guy that carries the towel, and they're like, oh yeah, he sweats a lot. That's where he carries around the towel. Well, he's in Rapture Palooza. He plays the Beast. I like to be called the Beast. And he's like the reincarnation of Satan and whatnot. The movie's really funny. Anyway, you should check it out. But when you were talking about big ball of fire referring to God, like in the movie, there was Jesus that was coming down on like a horse with wings, like a Pegasus. And it was coming down like a big ball of fire, and then they just blasted him out of the sky with a cannon for some reason. And then I can't think of the other actor's name, but it's the Asian guy that's in The Hangover.
Oh yeah,
okay. It's Chow.
Toodaloo, motherfucker! Oh man, dude, those were good movies. But anyway, he plays God in the movie, and the movie's really funny. So go and check it out, Rapture Palooza. So now you guys are working on the EP, but have you guys played any shows as of yet?
No, not yet. We are. I mean, that's in the works. We just focused on trying to get this EP out as fast as possible. We had a few hang-ups, but hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have it out. Even that's not even the end of the year. We just want to get it out as soon as possible.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you guys get it out, we can have you guys on here again and just really push it away.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. So,
we've been getting like invites and stuff too to play shows like locally, but we're really focusing really hard on.
Really want to play out.
We want to play, but we've been focusing super hard on getting all this done. And we had a drummer before, but he just didn't have the same ideals. So then we found Cody, and Cody's been busting his ass getting everything going for us and learning all the parts and putting in his little snazzy parts that he's like, yeah, this sounds killer. Oh yeah, that sounds like Cody playing.
Yeah. He's really added an element we were missing because we didn't really have a drummer before, and we're really excited to what he can bring to the table.
Yeah. Now, Cody, you got to really just explore the room with the cowbell.
Oh yeah.
just play the cowbell. Add cowbell into everything, because I'm telling you guys, you're really gonna want that cowbell.
Blue Oyster Cult was famous for a reason.
Now, I interviewed Saint Tragedy yesterday, which it'll be up on Monday, which today is Sunday, but everybody knows I pre-record everything. So anyway, the one song that they were actually recording, when they were in the studio, Jason, the drummer, just said, I feel cowbell will go good in this song. So just started doing the cowbell. And they're like, dude, it actually it sounds really good with the cowbell. Which the cowbell brings a different element to it. And guys, you got to love the cowbell. That's all I'm saying. Oh, yeah. The cowbell is awesome.
And we might as well find another member. Just play the cowbell.
There you go. Hey, I can be your cowbell player. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Yes.
So
we'll invite you.
So now you guys are in New Mexico. So I just got to be curious right now. What's the weather like in New Mexico right now?
It's hot as. Can we curse? Can we curse on this?
It's hot as balls. It's hot as balls.
It's hot as balls.
My balls are so sweaty right now.
Oh wow! Now that was TMI. I didn't need to hear about that one. All right. I know. I'm in Wisconsin, and let me just tell you, like Wisconsin, if you don't like the weather, just wait like 15 minutes, because it probably will change.
It sounds like New Mexico. We call it bipolar weather here because 1 minute it'll be 100 degrees, and next minute it's 80 and it's piss ass raining on everybody. So
Yeah.
Well, we had one winter where we had, I want to say it was like 75-degree weather in January.
Oh wow!
And I was like, what's going on? We had another, I think it was in February, where it was 60 degrees, which isn't uncommon in Wisconsin to be like, oh yeah, we get a spike for a day. And it was snowing and raining and sunny at 60 degrees. So we're like experiencing all 4 seasons in one day. I mean,
yeah, it sounds like New Mexico for sure.
I've never been to New Mexico.
Don't ever come to New Mexico.
Don't ever come here. Oh man.
Love New Mexico though.
You love New Mexico, but don't come there to visit, huh? Don't come there to visit.
Come to Arizona every once in a while.
Go to Arizona.
Big open blue skies.
Oh man, good times.
Healthy amount of pollution.
Healthy amount.
So now, like, how did you guys meet? Like, I clearly, you guys found Cody, but Charlie and Art, like, how did you guys meet? Were you guys just like sitting together in a bar and be like, dude, yeah, let's do a band, and decided to get together, or have you guys been friends for a while, or like, how did it work?
No, we met in the 2nd grade.
Years ago
on the bus.
We beat each other up.
We've been in
long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Charlie and Art met each other on a bus.
Exactly how we met was we were on the bus and he had some toys I wanted to play with, and he punched me in the side. Charles punched me in the side of my head, and so I jumped the seat of the bus and just started wailing. We just started wailing on each other.
I think I broke his glasses.
He broke my glasses.
Oh man, dude, you gotta share the G.I. Joes, man. Seriously.
Yeah, he had freaking toys, and he was like, "No, fuck you."
You can't touch my G.I. Joe.
Exactly.
This is my Transformers. You can't have them.
Yeah.
They're mine.
So we've been best friends ever since. He just lived down the street from me, and we just every weekend we play video games and just ride our bikes and shit.
Oh wow! So like, I don't know how old you guys are, but are you talking like NES day, or is it like N64?
Yeah,
NES.
No, like I didn't have shit, so I had to go to his house, and he had everything. He had NES, SNES.
Oh man,
God. I had to go there.
you guys are speaking my language, dude. I'm a total gamer, so I'm a nerd at heart, man. I got a PS4. I upgraded just recently, probably like 6 months ago.
I just got a Switch. That's all I have now.
Oh, you got a Switch?
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Man, see, I'm gonna get. You know what you guys got to get? It's called the Retron 5. Have you heard of it?
No, never.
Okay, Retron 5. It'll play NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advanced, and Sega Genesis, all on one system.
Yeah, at our age, because I'm 32, Charles is, 29? You're
30.
30? Yeah, it's all about, like, the old school for us now. Like, especially for me, because I'm really missing those
old retro
games and the nostalgia of it.
What's your favorite game of all time, then?
Zelda, Link to the Past.
Okay. I like the original Zelda, but that's just me. The gold cartridge.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the original gold. It was like it was the first cartridge that wasn't gray.
Right.
Like the Adventures of Link on Nintendo and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are backs right there.
Yeah. Oh, man. Whew. Good times. Like, I remember going to the arcade and playing Galaga or Double Dragon.
Yes.
Or Gauntlet. Oh,
I think Arthur and I were like hardcore into that movie when it came out, Double Dragon.
Double Dragon, yes.
When we were
oh, God, that movie.
Right?
Like, I was so excited for that movie. Now I go back and I watch it now. I'm like, dude, what was I thinking?
Exactly.
I tend to avoid any movie. Like, I just leave any movie in the past. And I thought it was awesome. I watched Labyrinth with David Bowie, and I was like, no. It was so much better in my memory.
Yeah, like I remember, like I went back and I watched Cool as Ice for the first time in a very long time, and I was like, dude, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Like, why did I... Dude, it was all because of Vanilla and Ice. Damn you, Vanilla!
Damn it!
Man.
Oh, no. Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
Go, Vanilla Ice.
Oh, man. Go, Ninja, go, Ninja, go. Go, Ninja, go, Ninja.
Oh,
man.
As this was, we did... Charles and I did the dance. But that was like our favorite Turtles movie.
Oh, my gosh. Now, see, like, I remember back in the day when a buddy of mine was like really into like all kinds of music, and he was playing the new NSYNC Bye Bye Bye.
Oh god.
And I'm like, dude, that's actually really kind of catchy. And he's like, dude, it's NSYNC. I was like, dude, like waited till I really got into the song, and I really liked that song. So when I was on vacation, I waited till I was on vacation in Kansas, far away from Wisconsin, so no one could see me buy it. And I bought the NSYNC CD, and then, dude, me and my buddy knew the dance moves for Bye Bye Bye. It was that bad. It was that bad.
Oh my! Actually, okay, heart to heart here. NSYNC's one of my favorite bands.
My brother used to play that damn album all the time, and I got so sick of it. He had it on tape. And I ended up just stashing it from him, and he came to me crying one day, "What'd you do with my tape?" I don't know.
Oh, man. So, getting into like music and such. So, we're talking about tapes and albums and such. What was like the first album that you owned? We'll start with Charlie. What was the first album you ever bought?
Oh shit! Honestly, to go there, it was probably what was that? It was Three Doors Down was probably the first album I ever bought, and I can't remember the name of it. It had like Kryptonite and all the mid-late 90s hits on there, and I don't know, I just loved that Gibson tone that he had on there. I mean, reflecting back, it's like, it actually is a good album, despite what like all the elitists have to say about like that type of era.
Yeah. And that was a great song, though, Kryptonite was.
I mean, it's still badass, dude. And then probably Silver Side Up. I mean, I can't deny it. I mean, those are big, huge albums at the time from when I first started getting into music.
Yeah.
Silver Side Up. Is that Nickelback?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you had fucking Nickelback.
Yeah,
get out of my band.
I can't
get out of my band. You own Nickelback.
Then after that, it kind of evolved, and I think Arthur actually showed me this band Chevelle, and
yes,
oh yeah,
I just got so obsessed with them, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I think Disturbed came out my freshman year, and I got really big into them and learned of like Godsmack, and it just kept getting heavier and heavier and heavier from there. And
yeah. So Art, what was like your first album that you ever got?
Actually, Three Doors Down was that album I stole from a friend.
I was probably that friend.
Oh man.
Yeah, I stole that album from a friend, and I never gave it back. And but the actual album I first bought was Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, you went to the classics. There you go. That album is a classic right there.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. That album is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah.
So, Charlie, if you find your Three Doors Down album is missing, Art has it.
I have it somewhere.
Cody, what was the first album you ever bought, man?
Well, actually, I got it at a yard sale for, I think, like $2, $3. First yard sale that I can remember going to, it was actually a vinyl record of St. Anthony's Fire, a 70s band.
Oh, nice.
So they did a lot of, like classic rock, psychedelic rock, sort of.
Yeah.
And that was my first. And then after that, I was introduced to AC/DC and, went through Hendrix and, just branched off to Led Zeppelin, and so
yeah,
it was my first actual record, which was Saint Anthony's Fire.
I won't mention my first album because I don't want to embarrass myself with the names that you guys are dropping.
It was NSYNC.
What's that?
Was it NSYNC?
No. My first album was New Kids on the Block.
There you go.
It really was. It was a bad time in my life. I got it for Christmas. It was a phase, and I was like, dude, like I mentioned in other episodes, dude, I was all merged out with New Kids on the Block because Hangin' Tough was my jam. Hey, I was young and I was dumb, okay? And
there's nothing wrong with that.
We all went through stupid phases in our life.
That's when those boy bands and stuff really started to come out, man.
Yeah. So
I'm calling the NSYNC. You were into Britney Spears.
Oh, I loved Britney Spears, man.
Dude, I wasn't into Britney Spears until she came out with that song, It's Britney, Bitch. I'm like, dude, Britney's snapping. You want a piece of me? Oh, man. But we all have a guilty pleasure song, so...
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Cody, let's just put it out there. What's your guilty pleasure song, man?
Oh, goodness. There's multiple songs, but I can't
give us the top one. Top one, guilty pleasure song.
Oh, goodness.
Adele.
Oh, yes. Adele has to be number one. Any song from Adele. Mainly,
I wouldn't consider that a guilty pleasure. She's actually really good, but...
She's really good.
She's a badass, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I actually think that song, Rolling in the Deep, that song needs to be made into a rock song. I hear that, and I'm like, dude, this is an angry rock song.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple people.
I think the band Otherwise did that. I think that was the song that they did, was Rolling in the Deep.
I'll have to go and look that up now.
Otherwise.
I think it was Otherwise that they did that. They came out, and when, I don't know if you know who In This Moment is, they released, I think it was Blood or something for their album, or the album before that, and they did like a duet, and so they toured together. And I got to see Otherwise and Gemini Syndrome and In This Moment here at a local club here, and Otherwise and In This Moment's duet, it was just so killer. It blew me away. I was like, oh my god, their voices sound so great together.
Yeah, my friend Corey is huge into Otherwise. She's like a big Otherwise fan. So
I think they're really good, man.
Yeah. Art, what's your guilty pleasure song, man? Come on, spill the beans.
Fergie.
Oh my god.
Fergie. Oh.
Delicious.
Okay, now I just remembered mine. My humps.
My humps.
My humps.
Now that I think about it, it's got to be my humps. Right? I know every.
Charles in charge. Tell us, what's the guilty pleasure song, man?
I'm going to go there, and I'm going to say, what is it, LMFAO? That party rocker or something?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
How is that a guilty pleasure song? That song's awesome. Oh.
I'm a metalhead, I listen to stuff like...
Well, I guess if you're a metalhead, I guess that could be a guilty pleasure song. Now, if I told you mine, you would really laugh at me.
All right, what is it?
My guilty pleasure song is Miley Cyrus, Party in USA.
Oh my god.
Dude, seriously, like I sat there and like we would go to the baseball game. It was like a small it's like not even minor league, but it's like a college league before you get into the pros type league. I don't know. Anyway, they would play that song, and it just started to grow on me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, get into it, yeah. It would just, like, grew on me, because I had that catchy beat. And then, as I'm going for a sleep study at a hospital, I'm talking to the doctor, and he's mentioning guilty pleasure songs. I'm like, dude, mine's Party in the USA, and he goes, hold on a second. He runs into the other room, comes back with his cell phone, he goes, hit play. And it was the Party in the USA GOAT version.
Oh.
And I about started dying. I'm like, yeah! Those freaking goats, man. I'm just telling you. Oh, man.
I can't deny it. I like that Wrecking Ball song. I think that is a badass jam. That'd be my guilty pleasure song right there for sure.
Dude, someone should make that a rock song. That's all I'm saying.
I think a YouTube star did that. Leo
he did.
from Frog Leap Studios.
Frog Leap Studios, yeah.
I think he did Wrecking Ball all heavy.
Yeah. Oh, if you don't know Leo, Frog Leap Studios, check out. He has a bunch of covers of pop songs that he does such a great job on.
Like the Gorillas. Oh man, he's like wearing this full bunny costume, running through like a mall, and the camera's just following ahead of him. Oh, it is freaking comedy like you wouldn't believe, man.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. Oh, bad. So, now that we went through guilty pleasures, we talked about albums. Now, like, what are some of the concerts that you guys have been to that have inspired you? You know, like your first concert that said, dude, this is what I want to do.
Honestly, like for me, one of the biggest concerts that I went to that really stood out to me was Warped Tour in 2006. And I seen at the time, it's like a huge post-hardcore scene just taking over the fucking United States. So, I mean, I got to see like from first to last. At the time, these guys were huge, and I think Parkway Drive. I actually got to see Joan Jett playing on the like Hot Pink stage or some shit, and I was like, "Oh, it's Joan Jett." But I'm gonna go buy a $6 bottle of water real quick because I'm dying. You know.
Oh God.
Actually, my first circle pit and like mosh pits and shit was at that same concert, and it was to Every Time I Die, and they had just released Gutter Phenomenon that year, and I went freaking postal, man. And that was probably, seeing them was probably what really inspired me to want to do music, because seeing them, how they take control of the crowd and getting the crowd involved in their music. The crowd's not just there to watch them play. The crowd's there to have a badass time with everybody else there that is watching them at the same time. And that really inspired me. And Helmet was playing, and Silverstein. I got to see this band Bless the Fall. They were really big then. And then fast forward a couple of years, I went to Family Values tour, and that was like it was headlined. It was headlined by Korn, and they had Evanescence and Hell Yeah, and I mean, list just goes on and on and on. And Five Finger Death Punch, I think, was just coming out at that time, and I seen them playing on the side stage, and I was like, screw this, I'm gonna go watch some other band. And as soon as I left, they had like all their merch stands and stuff. Seen the merch table, and they were selling like bongs and pipes. I was like, oh, look, a pipe, I can buy that. I'm out of here. Okay, I grabbed my pipe, took off, and Trivium was playing. I was like, yeah, Trivium. But absolutely, I hated Korn. I never liked them until I seen them. And once I seen them and watched them perform, it just blew my mind.
Was that before or after Head left?
I think it was actually after. It could have been before, because this was 2009. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But I'd never really listened to them beforehand. I just like would hear them, and I'm like, oh, it's some dirty sounding, you know. I was used to like really crisp, like awesome production. I wasn't used to shit being down in drop A like they were, you know.
Yeah.
But seeing their light show and their performance and everything, I was just like floored by it. It really made a big impact on me, because they put so much into it. It's not just them bashing on their guitars and headbanging. They're making a living off of it. They're pouring themselves into it, and that really struck home to me, because I mean, that's a passion that I developed. You know, I was like, I want to go there. You know, this looks like it'd be a lot of fun, and if it pays the bills, right on. You know,
awesome.
That's even a plus. You know, so that's what hit me, was those two concerts. That's what really made a big difference for me.
So, like anybody else, like inspirations, like what inspires you guys, like whether it's musical or even not musical, you know?
I've been to several concerts, but what really inspired me to like want to play on stage was when I first heard Skillet. I heard Skillet. They played here in our hometown, and I just never heard music that loud.
Oh yeah,
and they were loud, and they were just, the bass was so in your face, and I was like, holy crap, I want to do that.
That's that Generations Alive?
Yeah, it was Generations Live concert. It was their Collide album, and it was like their heaviest, I think most raw album. But it was like it really translated on stage. Like I was just like, oh man, I got to get that album, and then from then on, I was just like, just wanting to be in bands and wanting to just play music, be as loud as fuck, and
that Generations Alive concert stuff that they used to do here in our hometown was pretty cool. I mean, like at the time, Arthur and I, we were big into being like Christians and stuff, so our church would like go to basically run praise and worship for this event type thing, and
at the time, that was like that was the first like big band experience. That we got to see, and
here's something for you. I actually go the church that I go to here. Skillet's actually a member of the church that I go to.
No kidding.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I've met John and I've met Jen. Ben is no longer with them, but I've met Ben.
Right.
You know, I did not get to meet Seth yet, so maybe one day soon I'll meet him. But
are you? You're in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Are you in Nashville? That's cool. That's awesome.
No. I believe that's where John was originally from. Was from the Nashville area, but he met Corey, and he met Corey up here, and now he lives up here. So
yeah.
Oh man, their new album is amazing. Their new album is really good.
I haven't really listened to it.
I don't think I've heard it either. I might have like on the radio cruising, but
we're really like for our music, we're really diving into like the really heavy metal type stuff, like deathcore, Dyngyr, is murder, and because that's the kind of music that we're going for, but not necessarily. We just want to play heavy.
Yeah,
and we're just listening to heavy stuff. We still listen to like everything. Like I listen to whatever's on the radio a lot of times, but like
he actually listens to Eric Clapton all the time and Elton John. I've heard it. Neil Diamond.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
All
right, we're just poking fun at you now. It's okay.
So that's that first Skillet concert was so good, and then since then, I've seen Disciple. They were really good too.
They were really hard in the beginning. They were really heavy in the beginning.
Yeah, well, they had this one album come out, I think 2013, 14. That was a pretty heavy album too.
Yeah.
Liked it. Yeah.
Was that Oh God Save Us All? I think that's.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. Demon Hunter is actually really heavy too, but.
Yeah. I had a bit of a fix with Demon Hunter for a long time, just listening to them.
I think they got kind of mellow, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really listen to them that much.
Yeah, the singer, he came out with another. He did a solo project where it's like dance music type thing.
Some EDM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! All right. Yeah.
What's your inspiration now?
I started off with a lot of blues, classic rock. Started off as a guitar player, but just watching videos of Stevie Ray Vaughan or Hendrix or that's kind of my inspiration. But the one person that got me inspired was my sister, and she got an acoustic guitar, and I was curious about what that thing was and how it is that you play it. So that's where it all started. But my first actual taste of metal, being wanting to be a part of the metal scene, was Winds of Plague. That was my first show, my actual first show. And, I got hooked. I started going to the festivals and more concerts and really got into metal. So after that, when I was in high school, I played a lot of Trivium and just Lamb of God on guitar, and finally got into it. And then I ventured into drums, so I was doing both back and forth. But that was, I guess, my first taste of the metal world.
There you go. So now you guys are currently working on the EP, and do you already guys have songs written out? How many tracks are going to be on there? Or?
We're planning for 4 songs.
Okay. Not including an intro. You know what I mean?
That's not including an intro. There's going to be a 1 minute, 2 minute intro. But the 4-song EP, because we just want to get it out there. But we are still, even after that release, we're still going to keep writing. And releasing, but we just needed something to stand on, a foundation. This is our songs. We can start playing out. We can start getting fans, getting under us, and then getting their support. And we will just keep writing. And we released our first single back in February. We're working on our second and third songs now, and getting. Our second song, we're working on the vocals, and our third song, we're working on the arrangement and the lyrics for that currently.
So, we're gonna play the one song, which is called "The Haunting," which is is it available on iTunes or anything right now? Or
yeah, it's on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. It's on YouTube through our distributor. But it's also on our own YouTube channel, and we have a lyric video on there as well.
Okay.
But it's on 100 different platforms to be downloaded, which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
So, if you guys like what you hear, go ahead and download it on iTunes and such. So, what was the lyrical process behind The Haunting, and how did you guys collaborate for it? And is there a meaning behind the song?
It was a mix. There was, what really stood out to me was I would never die and be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Or I will never die. Well, anyways, but we wanted kind of a central idea, which was, and what came to mind was the haunting. It imagined that Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there was this guilty man had committed murder on this guy, and he buried his body underneath the floorboards, and he could just hear his heartbeat.
Yeah.
Getting louder and louder. And so I just imagined the haunting, we should write something about that. And I come from a movie the way I write, just movie inspired, and with these guys, we just write whatever we feel like. I think that's what fits the song.
Yeah.
For The Haunting, there was a collaboration between Charlie and I, and he took the rest. He's the one that wrote out the rest of the lyrics, and it sounded really good.
So when it comes to writing songs, do you guys all sit down together, or does Charlie write out the lyrics and then just hand them over to you guys, or how does it work in general?
It's a bit of both. We meet once a week on Sunday, and we just hash out. If he has an arrangement idea, then we work on that and we record it, and then the next week or during the week we start writing the lyrics, and we just hand that back and forth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Blazing.
Blazing.
Most
of the time, my ideas get shot down because he's like, "Oh, these are absolutely terrible. Let's try something new. Let's try and make it sound more pissed off, or let's try and make it more possessive or something."
Yeah. Oh, good gosh.
Okay, if you know the story we have this song. Our second song is called "Crypt Keeper," and what was it? Lich King? And I'm wait, are we writing about World of Warcraft now? We could go in that direction if you really want.
I mean, that's what happens when you get nerds that are writing songs. They're like, "Ooh, let's get World of Warcraft in our lyrics. Can we write about Zelda and Link?"
Hey, we're all nerds here. There's love here for nerds.
It's all nerd love. It's all nerd love. Being as you guys are out in New Mexico, do you guys ever make it out to San Diego for Comic-Con or no?
No, I haven't. I've always wanted to go.
I've actually been out there once.
Really?
Yeah, this was back in 2011. Yeah.
Did you go to Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Oh,
we were out in San Diego.
That's awesome.
That's on my bucket list. Like, I want to go there once. Just go to Comic-Con. I've been to Gen Con out here in Indianapolis. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
That's the biggest gaming convention in the world.
Oh, shit.
And there's people from all over the world that will go to Gen Con. And it's in Indianapolis. And, dude, it's like... They moved it to... it used to be like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. And now I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's just like...
Being on steroids or something on.
It's just like, dude, you can sit there, play Magic, you can play D&D, you can play Are You a Werewolf? Have you heard that game, Are You a Werewolf? Is it out there by you? Okay, have you heard of the game Mafia?
Nope.
Okay, well then you're not nerds. Anyway,
back the hell up. I love Munchkin.
Oh well, they even have huge Settlers of Catan games that get going on. I mean, but Werewolf is like it's a huge phenomenon at Gen Con. Like, it's probably one of the most popular games that's played there, and it'll happen at night, like once like the halls close down. Everyone is still at the convention center, playing Werewolf till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Go back to their hotel room, slam some Red Bull, take a shower, get back over to the convention center. I'm dead serious. It happens.
That's nuts.
Is it a board game?
No, it's a card game. Oh. And the best way I can describe it is there's the advanced version, and then there is the regular version. And the basic version, there is 3 characters, or 3 positions, 3 role types that you could possibly have. You're a villager, you're a seer, or you're a werewolf. Okay? And there's a narrator that narrates the story, and only the narrator knows what everybody is. Unless you're a werewolf. And there's 2 werewolves or more, depending on how big of a group that you have. The werewolves know who each other are. And, that's it. And now, what happens is, the village, now the werewolves are, villagers in disguise, and they have to, the village is like, oh, there's a werewolf in our village, we need to kill the werewolf. So every night, before they go to bed, they lynch somebody, and the narrator will be like, it's a villager, it's the seer, or it's a werewolf. And they're like, oh, you killed off a villager. Now the whole town goes back to sleep, and now the werewolves pick somebody to eat in the middle of the night. And then when the werewolves, after the werewolves pick who they're going to eat, the seer then tries to pick to see if someone's a werewolf. And, if the seer guesses, like, if you kill off one werewolf already as the town, and the seer guesses who the other werewolf is, the seer can just jump up and be like, dude, I'm the seer, that guy's the werewolf, we already killed one off, let's get this game over with and kill the werewolf.
Oh, okay.
I mean, cool. The game's a lot of fun. It's just lying and, deceit and corruption, and it's just a lot of fun.
We used to play, we'd get a group of friends together and play, like we used to play at our school, and we play this game called Murder in the Dark. I don't know if you ever played it or heard of it.
Never heard of it.
One guy, like, if there's like a group of 20 friends, we all like pick a paper out of a hat, and one person is the murderer, and nobody knows who that is. So everybody, turn off the lights, everybody goes out, and they just walk around, and until somebody finds a body. And whoever finds the body has to guess who the murderer is. And that murderer is going around, and he basically, like,
just if they touch a person or they do like a slicing motion across the throat, then that person knows he's been murdered, and then the murderer can just go on their own way. The way I played it, I just killed like as many people as I
could. I'm gonna be a corrupt murderer and just kill everybody.
I didn't like because you're supposed to just kill one. People get mad, but like they find like 10 bodies. Like who is doing that?
All right, we got John Wayne Gacy over here. I mean,
H. Holmes.
Freaking Jeffrey Dahmer over here. My God. So, unfortunately, this is all the time that we're going to have for these guys. Now, when they get their CD out, when they get the EP out, you guys got to let me know when it's going to drop. And then we'll have you guys on here again. We can play the EP. But, you know, we're gonna let these guys go. But as always, we're going to spit in that song before we let you guys go. But thank you guys, Dyngyr, so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun having you guys on here. Like I said, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for getting a hold of us, man. We really appreciate it a lot, man. It's good chatting with you.
We'd love to be back. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can't wait to have you guys on again. I can't wait to hear the rest of the CD when it comes out as well. So, like I say always, guys, keep the trend going. # support local music. Keep the trend alive. Keep it moving. Like I said, dude, I'm in Wisconsin. These guys are all the way out in New Mexico. We can get this trend going all over the world. I don't mind. Let's keep it going. So check out the song, The Haunting. It's going to be on their EP, and you can download it on iTunes, find it on Spotify. It's up on YouTube. So check it out. Here is The Haunting.